Hello everybody, this is Richard with Productive AI, and today we are going to set up our AI production environment. And we are going to set up that environment in Linux and deploy Docker with Portainer. And we're going to do that using Windows and WSL2. If you already have Linux installed, you can skip the WSL section. Otherwise, let's get started. All right, so great news here. Installing Linux in WSL2 into Windows is very, very simple. You got to do it from a PowerShell administrator prompt. So we're going to start PowerShell. And I'm going to right click and I'm going to run as administrator. All right, here we go. We got our PowerShell window open and I'm going to run the command, and you can see copying and pasting stuff because I already have all this stuff prepared. We're going to run WSL install. That's it. Let it go. It's going to install Ubuntu. We'll let this thing do its thing, and then when it's done, I'll come right back. Okay, now if everything went to plan, this is what you should see. It's going to be prompting you for a Linux username. So I'm going to go ahead and put one in, and then a password, whatever you want it to be. And that's it. Installation successful. I now have Ubuntu 24.04 LTS, so that's the latest version as of today. So that's it. We now have Linux installed. Now we're going to install Docker. If you follow the guide on my website, productiveai.guide, it'll walk you through step by step the commands that you need to enter to install the latest version of Docker. That's the key thing, the latest version. So that's why there's so many steps to it, because we have to pull down the latest repository and so forth. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm just going to follow step by step what's on the website. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is run apt update. And that's going to prompt you for your password. We're now updating all our repositories. Done. All right, that's done. Okay, now we're getting the key rings. This is just going to allow us to add the repository, the Docker repository, to our system. Literally just copy and pasting, as you can see. And that's it. Now we're going to run update again. And this is going to include the new download docker.com that added that repository, is what that list of commands did. Now we're ready to install our packages. So let's go ahead and do it. Yes. All right, let it do its thing. Done. All right. Now Docker is installed. Let's go ahead and set up Portainer now that we got Docker running. I create two new directories with this command. Again, this is directly off my website, so I'm just copying and pasting. All right, now let's look at what we got. We got a folder now called Docker, and inside that folder, we got another folder called Portainer. So let's go ahead and get into that directory. And as our instructions say, we're going to create a file called dockercompose.yml, and that's going to be what we use to run our Docker container. So let's actually run it. And again, just going to copy and paste. There it is. That's it. Now, let's go ahead, bring it up. As you can see, it doesn't have the container yet, so it's pulling it. It's running. And we see we actually created a network here as well as the container. So we got a network called Docker default. We're going to be using that in the future. And we also have a container called Portainer. So we're good to go. And we can confirm that the container is running by running Docker ps. And you can see right now it's been up for 17 seconds. We know it's running. We are good to go. We're going to access it via localhost. Let's bring up a window here. You can see this is the guy that I've been going off of. But we're going to go ahead and just access it. Yes. And there we go. So you can create an admin and a password. Now in this case, I gotta create a pretty long password. That's fine. We'll just go ahead and create it. And there we are. Yeah, so funny enough, once I got to the screen where it said get started or add environment, I was a bit confused because I assumed it was just going to go directly to the environment that I already had. But all you literally have to do is when it gets to that first screen, just select Get Started, and then you'll get to this screen right here. And then you will be in your local environment that you just created. Then you can just click on this and then click Container, and then you see your Portainer container running and all of its properties. All right, we are done with the first lesson. Now we've got Linux running, we've got Docker running, and we've got Portainer running using Docker Compose. So we've covered some pretty good fundamentals here. We haven't built anything with AI yet, but we're going to get there. All right, next lesson coming up.